Hello everybody, welcome back to another eclipse. Today we read a few here. Got about this much done and I halted because, again, I'm just sort of caught up in motion. And that's sort of what I want to talk about, is what I can smell today. Almost like everything can be good. And everything has a way of reminding you that maybe it all knows. And maybe it's the same smell. I think it's sort of like the smell of grace. And that's sort of what I've been feeling today, is that notion of grace. Just the idea that maybe everything really does have a chance to see beauty. And in a moment, it feels like everything is at peace. It feels like everything is for you to look at. It feels like everything is really grown up. And I kind of came to this part where it says, it's a heavy feeling knowing that everything as we know it might stop if we don't keep going. Sometimes I just want to stand still and take some time for myself and not feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. But when I look at what's around me, I am reminded that we all survive because of balance. So take a deep breath and remember to be gentle with yourself, because the things you take care of will take care of you too. And it's this feeling of connection that what everything goes through is essentially what we'll have to go through. Where this moment that I'm speaking of is sort of, as much as change could be a constant, like people always say, the only constant is change. But at that moment, the idea of change and growth actually itself even follows a pattern. And for a moment, we can recognize this idea that everything has structure. And what an honor it has been having a front row seat to every season of your life. And what a gift it has been to be able to share all of my phases with you, knowing that we will keep showing up for each other through all of the changes. This book has a way of sort of microscopically and macroscopically managing its perspective, right? It takes responsibility for things that you would see, makes itself large, which at times a lot of things have a problem with, but I think the book does this fluidly because it makes everything else bigger, 'Cause too. And when it makes something small, it seems to not forget, because I think the problem that we would have with small things is that we were essentially missing something. But then it has a way of lacing everything with this sweet scent. And maybe for a moment, we sort of really are in the book. If we take into consideration all of our choices to what this choice took. Is it too outlandish to say that it's something you get along with? Could be more than just a myth. But then right now I sort of notice the end of this book and the end of its pages, because this season will change. All things will not remain the same. Instead of things all being adult, all of a sudden there will be a sense of there being no authority or competing authorities, childish behaviors and unfairness, quakes and mistakes. Merged words and wrongly written words. Can we always feel this? Maybe we can adapt our skill sets to be bigger than any mistakes. To be small, so we always feel like there's space. Maybe there's a sense of a certain type of people, even that inhabit this place. But even for them, everyone is always told it's life all the same. But what about those moments? Are they true? Can we then adversely say that in these moments we're lost? We're interrupted. We've forgotten. Our growth has been stunted. And can we see the grace then in all things? Like we are being taken from place to place to place. the act itself that takes us there is love. Perhaps if we can love more in our lives, which seems to be a big theme of this book, and maybe that's what I'm feeling more than anything. And how can we love appropriately? Freely and with focus. Maybe life isn't about change. Maybe all the sayings are to blame. Life is merely learning. Which, if we try to collapse the state into what it's feeling could be described as it reaches to be a constant itself. So that learning can be described in many ways. Maybe learning, the feeling is most true if we just say everything is continually new. Every time we see something is the first and last time we'll see it that way. Could that be how we love every second of every day? Is it as simple as it is grand? Then we're always being taken somewhere. Time yields for no man. Then maybe that's what love is, and learning. And seeing all have in common. They don't fear. And if you can learn how to never fear, then you'll always be in control. Even if there are no patterns to hold on to.